For your build, you want a unique texture that no one else really uses. It's time to find some hidden textures. Hello and welcome to OMG Craft. I'm your host, OMG Chad. This is a show that'll teach you how to become a Minecraft expert in no time. I like building with textures that other people don't use all that often. It makes my builds look unique and fresh and cool. And I've spent a lot of time trying to find textures that people don't automatically think of when they build their homes or their bases or their structures. So let me run through some of the cool textures I've found.
So we're gonna start off with some of my favorite textures, and these all come from the same item or similar items here. First, before we get into this, which is obviously a mushroom, let me just point out this floor. What do you think this floor is made out of? A lot of people might think that it is some type of wool. We jump over here, here's the yellow wool. It's kind of similar, but it's not. You may have seen it as I sprint over it because little red particles jump out once I jump over it. This is hay. Hay on its side makes a very nice yellow floor, and it is a very interesting texture, very different than anything else. Any other yellow texture, especially. This is the only one that looks like that. So now let's move on to this obvious one, which is the mushroom. The mushroom has 4 textures that are very unique. This is a brown mushroom, just like that. It is covered on all 4 sides. Then you have this, which is the mushroom stalk. Now, and then you have the other one, which is the red mushroom. And then you have the sort of inside mushroom texture. Each of these are very unique and almost never used. These are, by definition, hidden textures that are very difficult to get to. On the top of this, you'll see that it has the brown mushroom. So first, let me show you how to get these. Pretty simple. Let me first grab some material, some bone meal. And we'll start off with the red mushroom. You need to make sure that there is no sun in your way. We'll get rid of that brown mushroom for now, and that red one. And you'll be able to put down a mushroom either on grass or dirt or podzol. And if there's no sun, you can spam it, there you go, with some bone meal, and it will grow into and you have enough room, you need to make sure that there's enough room, and it'll grow into a large mushroom. Now this stalk can only be harvested by pushing the stalk around with pistons. So you have to get some pistons. Where are some pistons? Here we go. And let me get rid of that. And push the stalk around by dropping down a piston and then moving it like that. And so I've actually done this in my own house on a server, and it takes a while to do. And also, by the way, a pro tip is if you're trying to move it very far, you can, I'll just use this piston as an example, but you can push blocks down like that if you have to move it far away. So you can have sort of a grow area and then this piston area. Another pro tip is that if you do this, you can use the Jeb door technique to push both pistons at once, so you don't need a whole bunch of levers. You can just do that. So that's how you move the stalk around. If you want any of this red texture, you have to use a Silk Touch tool. So this has Silk Touch on it, and it won't work while I'm in creative. So we'll go into game mode 0 here, and you will get a full red texture out of that, just like this. And it's quite nice. I'm kind of glad that it doesn't keep the inside pulp. And this would be great, absolutely fantastic for some sort of wallpaper, that sort of thing. When you use the Silk Touch on the stock, it gives you the red block as well. In order to get this sort of inside pulp texture, I don't know exactly what to call it, you need to do exactly what I've done here, which is hollow out the inside of a red mushroom, and then you'd have to push this around with pistons as well if you want this on a wall, or if you want this as the ceiling. It gets a tiny bit complicated if you want this as your as a roof, because you need to grow this, and then there's no way, it's impossible. Actually, I've just learned this right now. That it's impossible to have this texture on the top of something, because if you look right here, there's no pulp texture on the very top of these. Looks like that just doesn't exist. Same thing for the brown mushroom. So if we just, actually I think it'll be faster if I switch into this game mode. Yeah, there we go. Same thing with the brown mushroom. If you want the brown mushroom, you have to put down a brown mushroom, and those are in the decoration blocks, and then hit it, spam it with the bone meal, and then you'll get brown mushroom. And if you are in normal survival mode, you will be able to break this and get the brown mushroom texture. These are by far some of my favorite textures in the game. They're really, really cool, very unique. People don't think to use these textures, so you can see them over here. And that's all just from both of the mushrooms. But don't worry, I have more. I have much, much, much more. So I want to show off something that is really cool about stairs. This is true with sandstone stairs, quartz stairs, and also red sandstone stairs as well. And that is with all of these, if I put down just the normal texture, here, let's go back into creative mode. If I put down just the normal texture of each of these, they have a texture on top, just like this. And the stairs will offer a different texture than is available anywhere else. Now you'll see it if you look at it from underneath. So there's the sandstone. Here's actually, I forget if the quartz block. Yeah, the quartz block has it as well. So with quartz, sandstone, and red sandstone, each of them have a different texture on the bottom. The quartz it's very subtle to see. You may see this line right here on the edge. Well, that doesn't exist on the bottom texture. This is completely different. It's not found anywhere else other than the bottom texture of the quartz block. And same thing with the bottom of sandstone. If you look at the side, you get sort of this this lip right here, which you'll always be able to see when you stack it up just like this. You can see those vertical lines right there from far away even. And just a clean sort of, this is almost like cobblestone without that line, is not available. But you can get to it by using stairs. So if I turn a stair upside down, that texture is not available anywhere else in the game than except on the bottom side of stairs. Same thing with sandstone. Whoops, there we go. You get that sort of cobble-looking sandstone without a line in it. And then also, same thing with quartz. Quartz will give you that smooth texture without that line on it as well. So those are three textures that are very unique. I think I'm going to say that a lot. I really adore those. So next are some that you may have seen of before. And there's one more in this that I want. I believe it's under decoration. There we go. So that is the note block. Note block has a very specific texture that lots of people don't use. That's the TNT block. Get out of here. TNT block, which is very dangerous to work with. Incredibly dangerous. But it has a very interesting texture on the top. And then also one of my favorites is its bottom texture. This looks very neat and it's random. Look at that. No, it's not. Interesting. So this is based off of, there must be like lily pads. Lily pads have a specific direction when you place them down that they will stick. Is that the same as, oops. Come back. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm learning about these random textures. Each of these, this is the same as grass. If you look closely, see that green dot on the edge of this texture, and now it's not there on this one or this one. That green dot that my cursor is on. You can turn on random textures in your video settings. I believe it's video settings, possibly. I don't know exactly. Resource packs, no. I don't know where it's at, but you can turn on and off. I don't see it. Anyway, you can turn on and off this feature where it's a little bit random or not. So you're seeing that in the way this underground TNT looks. That's all client side. But anyway, that's a very, very cool texture. Sorry for the digression, for getting off topic here. Next is the daylight sensor. This has a very tile look, almost a linoleum. Oh, dang it! And you saw what I was also wanting to do is that you can right-click these and change their color as well. This changes them from a daylight sensor to a moonlight sensor. So you can also come up with really cool patterns if you want. This is a very neat texture that nobody thinks about. No one thinks about making these. They are expensive to make, but they're very, very cool. And the other thing that's neat about them is that they have a neat underside texture as well, just like the TNT. To me, it looks like chocolate. So that is also very neat. That would look great as an upper, maybe a ceiling or a roof. Finally, I've got to the furnace, and the furnace has a cool texture that can be tiled as well. It doesn't matter which way the furnace is facing, so like these ones are going to be facing all different directions. The top will look all the same, and it has sort of a, I'm going to say, military or old look. Now, you do have to shift click to put these down if you want to put them on each other, because otherwise you're going to be opening up the furnace's inventory every single time you right click. So keep that in mind, that may be an issue if you have furnaces as a texture in your house.
All of these textures can be acquired in normal Minecraft. I recorded this on 1.8.8. And then, of course, when the new snapshot comes out, or the new version of Minecraft 1.9 comes out, there will be even more textures to choose from. They tend to add new blocks to the game often. So hopefully you found something useful that you can use in your build. And if you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know which one is new to you. Leave a like if you like this video. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/omgcraft, if you want to catch more tutorials, tips, tricks, spotlights, that sort of thing. That's what we do. See you next time on OMG Craft. Bye!